Does the thought of starting a conversation with a woman make you freeze up? You're not alone. It's easy to overthink things, get in your own head, and end up saying nothing at all. But what if I told you that talking to women doesn't have to be this complicated? In today's video, I'm breaking down exactly how to confidently start a conversation with any woman, whether she's a stranger, a coworker, or someone at the gym. And no, cheesy pickup lines aren't required. We're going to focus on genuine connection and effortless conversation. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools and the confidence to walk up to any woman and start a conversation that feels natural, engaging, and maybe even a little bit flirty. Are you ready? Let's get started. The first key to starting a conversation that doesn't feel forced or awkward is to use your environment. Think about it. You're both in this space for a reason, right? Maybe you're at a coffee shop, waiting for the train, or browsing the shelves at a bookstore. Whatever it is, use that shared experience to your advantage. Let's say you're at a coffee shop and you see a woman you'd like to talk to. Instead of trying to come up with a line that will magically make her fall in love with you, simply acknowledge the situation you're both in. You could say something like, "Wow, this line is moving at a glacial pace today. They must be slammed in the back." Now, you might be thinking, that's it? That's not going to make her want to talk to me. But here's the thing. It's not about the line itself, it's about the energy you bring and the opportunity you create. By making a simple observation about your shared environment, you're opening the door for her to engage with you. She might laugh, agree with you, or even share her own coffee shop woes. The point is, you've broken the ice and created a natural starting point for conversation. And the best part? It feels authentic and effortless because it is. You're not trying to impress her with a cheesy pickup line or pretend to be someone you're not. You're simply being present, noticing the world around you, and inviting her to share in that experience with you. Remember, women are constantly being approached with awkward or generic lines. By taking a more grounded, observational approach, you're already setting yourself apart from the crowd. You're showing her that you're comfortable in your own skin, and that you're paying attention to the little things. So next time you're wondering how to start a conversation with a woman, take a look around you. What's happening in the environment that you can comment on? What shared experience can you bond over? You might be surprised at how easy and natural it can be to spark a conversation when you simply start with what's right in front of you. Let's be honest, guys. Telling a woman you're beautiful might feel like a safe bet, but it's so overused that it loses its impact. Women want to feel seen and appreciated for who they are, not just their physical appearance. So, how do you compliment a woman in a way that feels genuine and memorable? The answer is simple: be specific. Instead of complimenting her on something generic, focus on a detail that shows you're actually paying attention. Maybe you love her quirky sense of style, her infectious laugh, or the way she carries herself with such confidence. For example, instead of saying you have beautiful eyes, which she's probably heard a million times, you could say, "Your style is so cool, I love the way you put that outfit together, it's so unique." Or, if you're feeling bold, you could try, "You have such a confident vibe, do you work in a creative field?" See the difference? These compliments go beyond the superficial and show her that you're interested in her as a person. They spark her curiosity and make her want to know more about you. And the best part? These types of compliments open up natural conversation threads. If you compliment her style, she might tell you about her favorite designers or where she got that amazing jacket. If you mention her confidence, it could lead to a conversation about her work, her passions, or her dreams. Remember, a genuine compliment is about expressing your appreciation for something specific that you find attractive or intriguing about her. It's not about showering her with empty flattery or expecting anything in return. So ditch the generic compliments and start paying attention to the details. What makes her stand out from the crowd? What do you genuinely admire about her? Trust me, she'll appreciate the thoughtfulness behind your words, and you'll have a much more interesting conversation starter than you have a nice smile. Chapter 3. The Power of Open-Ended Questions. Have you ever asked a question that could be answered with a simple yes or no? It probably killed the conversation pretty quickly, right? That's why mastering the art of the open-ended question is crucial when you're trying to keep a conversation flowing. Think about it. If you ask a closed-ended question like, "Do you come here often?" she can easily say no and be on her way. But if you ask, "What's your favorite thing about this coffee shop?" suddenly you've opened up a world of possibilities. She has to actually think about her answer, and you get to learn something more interesting about her in the process. Plus, Open-ended questions often lead to more questions and a more engaging back-and-forth exchange. Instead of asking, "Are you having a good day?" try something like, "What's been the highlight of your day so far?" This encourages her to share a personal anecdote, and it gives you a glimpse into her world. Another great open-ended question is, "What are you passionate about?" This simple question can unlock a treasure trove of information about her interests, hobbies, and dreams, and it shows her that you're genuinely interested in getting to know her on a deeper level. Remember, the goal is to keep the conversation flowing and create a connection. Open-ended questions are the key to achieving both. So, ditch the yes or no questions and start asking questions that spark her curiosity, make her think, and encourage her to open up. You'll be amazed at how much more engaging your conversations become. Chapter 4. Don't be afraid to be playful. Humor is a powerful tool when it comes to connecting with people, especially in those initial interactions. When you can make a woman laugh, you create a sense of comfort and ease that allows the conversation to flow more naturally. Now, I'm not saying you need to be a stand-up comedian or have a million jokes memorized. Sometimes the most effective humor is situational and spontaneous. It's about finding the humor in everyday situations and using it to lighten the mood. For example, let's say you're both stuck in a long line at the grocery store. You could say something like, "Do you think they're secretly testing our patients for a psychology study?" Or if you're at a bar and the music is particularly loud, you could lean in and say, "I'm going to have to communicate through interpretive dance at this rate." The key is to keep it light, playful, and non-offensive. Avoid making jokes at her expense or using humor that could be misconstrued as rude or disrespectful. Remember, the goal is to make her smile, not cringe. When you approach a conversation with a playful energy, you're showing her that you don't take yourself too seriously, and that you're comfortable being a little silly. This can be incredibly disarming and attractive, as it allows her to relax and be herself around you. So, don't be afraid to inject a little humor into your conversations. Share a funny observation, tell a quick anecdote, or make a lighthearted joke about the situation you're in. You'll be surprised at how quickly it can break the ice and create a more enjoyable and memorable interaction. Chapter 5. Leaving her wanting more. The art of the graceful exit. Knowing how to end a conversation is just as important as knowing how to start one. You want to leave her with a positive impression and a desire to see you again, right? This is where the art of the graceful exit comes into play. The key is to end the conversation on a high note while you're still both enjoying yourselves. Don't wait until the conversation fizzles out or you've run out of things to say. Instead, look for a natural break in the conversation and use it as an opportunity to make a graceful exit. You could say something like, "This has been so much fun, but I actually have to run to a meeting in a few minutes. I'd love to continue this conversation sometime though, maybe over coffee." This accomplishes a few things. First, it shows her that you're respectful of her time and that you have other commitments. Second, it expresses your interest in seeing her again and suggests a concrete plan for a future date. And finally, it leaves her wanting more. By ending the conversation on a high note, you create a sense of anticipation and excitement for the next time you see each other. She'll be left thinking about you and looking forward to that coffee date. Of course, you don't always have to suggest a future date, especially if you're just having a casual conversation with someone you met in passing. In those cases, you can simply say something like, "It was really nice chatting with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day." The important thing is to be genuine, appreciative, and leave her with a positive feeling. Remember, a graceful exit is all about leaving a lasting impression and creating the opportunity for future interactions. Go out there and start talking. Starting a conversation doesn't have to be a nerve-wracking experience. Remember, confidence comes from practice. The more you put yourself out there and engage with women you find interesting, the easier and more natural it will become. So what are you waiting for? Use the tips you've learned today to start conversations, build connections, and see where things go. You might be surprised at the incredible women you meet and the experiences you create. What's your go-to opening line? Drop it in the comments below, and let's share ideas. And don't forget to subscribe for more tips on mastering the dating game.